Hi, I'm Rebecca Baxter and I've started the Breastfeeding Babies website to show women how to breastfeed more easily. I had a lot of trouble with my first child. I had a lot of pain with my nipples for the first month of feeding, and this video I want to show you some of the things that really helped improve that, which was positioning. I had a similar problem with this baby. And although I knew the theory of how to position him better, I wasn't doing it quite as much as I needed to. So I'm just going to show you a couple of little tricks that my lactation consultant showed me that made a massive difference. I had blood blisters on my nipples, and 2 days later I was pain-free feeding. So this is really helpful for me, this particular advice. The first thing was, you can see how far down my arm my baby is sitting. So I've literally got my hand right in on his upper back there, and his head's resting on my wrist rather than on my forearm. So you can see there's quite a bit of room between his head and my elbow. Just moving him this much further across me, I can really feel a difference as well, something to look out for, to feel it. It's like his legs are tucking in around my side, and that feels quite different. She also got me to tip his body into me a little bit more, so you can see I've got him pretty much flat against me rather than quite rolled out. So what this does, when you look at your baby from above and how they're touching, you can sort of see his lip isn't visible. I've got his cheek right up against my breast, and that also helps him not have to try and use his tongue and his lips to try and pull the nipple in on that side that's facing up to you. So that's been really helpful as well. Initially, when I first started having this positioning, it felt a bit awkward for my arm, because I kept feeling like he was going to roll over. But you've got a lot of control of them because you've got your hand on their back, and his head will just naturally move to where it needs to be. The other reason that this handhold area is quite good too is because it's going to be able to help get his head to extend back like that, so that then he can open his mouth wider, and that way you end up with the breast hitting the bottom of his chin first, rather than the nipple actually sort of touching their lips. When he was first born, he was doing a lot of the kind of thing. I'm sure you'll all know what I'm talking about. So during the head bobbing up and down, and also the turning of the head. He still does that a little bit. He's 8 days old now. He still does that a little bit when he gets really tired. But I try really hard to make sure that he's actually getting that contact with my breast on his chin, because apparently that just helps them to locate where they are, so that they know that there's a nipple there. His mouth is also open wider because his head's able to tilt back like that, and we're getting much better flanging of his lips. He's still not flanging completely, so when I'm saying flanging, I mean like the opening up their lips really nicely and wide. You can't really see it very easily. I'm going to do this. If you have a little look, you can sort of see a little bit of flanging there. So rather than his lips looking like they're quite tight around your nipple, you can just that flanging is really helpful. I'm going to finish off there, and I'll do another video very soon to help you out with some of the other bits and pieces that have really made a big difference to make my feeding pain-free.